teachers were killed after a gunman opened fire at a Texas school. This incident took place in Texas, the same state where the National Rifle Organization will hold its 2022 meeting. Ironic, isn't it? 19 children are killed in an elementary school by a teenage gunman, and miles away, the most powerful organization that lobbies for gun owner rights is holding its annual event. The NRA stands for the National Rifle Association. The group was founded in 1871 by two U.S. Civil War veterans. It was meant to be a recreational group designed to promote and encourage rifle shooting. Things slowly changed in 1934. The NRA slowly started stepping its toes into political lobbying. It started writing to its members most of this information about upcoming firearms bills. Currently, the NRA is the most powerful lobby in the United States. It has the budget, it has the power, and it continues to influence members of the American Congress on gun policy. In 2020, the NRA spent around $250 million per year. Every year, it spends approximately $3 million to influence gun policy. What the NRA lobbies against is all forms of gun control. The organization currently has over 5 million members. It boasts of powerful members, including former US President George H.W. Bush. The NRA's gun rights ideology is very simple. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. It is an ideology that is now entrenched in American politics.
Shalom. I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Wadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And the title of this lesson is By Thy Sword Thou Shalt Live. And she part of the question on there was why is this group so powerful? Well, Esau Edom knows that this is his blessing, all right? And that's how he gained control over this particular planet, this world, all right, through his through the modern day sword, which is the gun, all right. But that was his blessing from the beginning. All right, and through that, through him conquering and taking down all these nations, he was able to set up his policies and practices, which is another attribute of Esau, which is he's a cunning hunter. All right, and let's go to the scriptures. All right, this is Genesis. This is Genesis 27, and we're going to start at, let's start at 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord. And who is he talking about? Jacob. Because Jacob supplanted Esau for his blessing. All right. And he had made him his Lord because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. All right. And we're going to rule forever. But at this current time, and pursuing back to the past, all right, it says all his brethren, and I've given to him for servants, with corn and wine I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of the heaven. All right, and when you look at the what it says for the fatness of the earth, fatness, fat piece, fertile place. So Esau Edom has the best spot, fertile spots and places, the best spots on the planet. All right, he pretty much has took the places that he wanted. All right, and one of the places that he has right now is America, which is Babylon the Great, all right, and a few other places around the world, but this is the chief place as far as like for his economic prosperity, and it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt thou serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck. And that happened during the Dark Ages. All right. After the Dark Ages, they came out of that pit. All right. They were in the pit for 1,000 years, and they came out of that pit. But they're going to be broken again. But I wanted to go in. It says, "And by thy sword thou shalt live." All right. And when you go into where's that? Thou shalt thou live. All right. Just type. It says to live. It says, "By thy sword thou shalt live." And when you go into that, it says to live, to have life, remain alive, sustain, right? Live prosperously, live forever, be quickened, be alive, restored to health. So that sword, he's not going to let that go, man. And that's why you have that particular group set up like that. All right. He's conquered lands with it, nations. All right. And like it says here, all right, it sustains his life, man. All right. Because if he didn't have it, he would be overran quickly by these other nations. All right. When you go down to revive, to be quickened, all right, from sickness, from discouragement, from faintness, from death, all right, from sickness, because he can go into lands and take resources, all right, minerals, herbs, things of that nature, whatever he needs. All right, he says to preserve alive, whatever he needs for his that's part of that due. Whatever he needs, he can go into any land, set up a pretext for war, all right, and go in there and take whatever he needs, all right, and that's part of him being that cunning hunter. All right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that on here. Let's look the word cunning. All right, having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. All right, so he knows how to evade and he knows how to be deceitful. All right, and he's good at it. All right, that's one of his attributes: to be crafty, artful, guileful, devious, and that's why he's considered the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, let me go into this is Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, all right, that cunning hunter, and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. It's in the power of their hand, all right, by that sword. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, and even a man and his heritage, by his deceitful practices, man. His cunning policies, all right, that he sets in his favor, not for you. All right. So that's, like I said, that's part of his attributes, which he extends. He extends into he extends it. And he broadens it, man. All right. He just doesn't use it. It doesn't mean like just for the field. All right. The field meaning the world as well. All right. This is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, or enlarges his desire as hell. All right, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And isn't that what he's doing now? Isn't that what he's repeating? We've been through these New World Orders constantly, man. All right, but we're done pursuing back to the Hellenization period. All right, that was an example of basically a New World Order of them taking down all the nations and Hellenizing them with their culture. All right, it's the same thing now. All right, but this is part of how he colonized, man, through the sword, and his desire is his hell. All right, and when you go into the word hell, all right, I just use this of extreme degradation and sin. All right, it I said, his cunningness is the deceitfulness, all right, and doing whatever it takes to keep his rulership. All right, he don't care. All right, this is verse 6. Shall not they take up a parable against thee, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, this is how he's gotten rich. All right, because shall not they rise up and suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. All right, because he's losing his power at this time. Right, he's at the back end of his kingdom. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of thy people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land and of the city, and of them that dwell therein. All right, and I did a video not too long ago talking about America, which is Babylon the Great. Since its inception, since its creation, has been in war 90% of the time. All right. So his blessing follows him, man. Wherever he goes, there's death and destruction. All right, and that's how he gets what he wants. That's how he rules. So there's no question why he's doing what he's doing. But he's going to be taken down by the one who gave him his blessing. All right. Yahushua. This is Revelations 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, and the patience, the long suffering, and his faith. All right, while this man is on his way soon to be taken down. All right, the Heavenly Father and the Son. The Son is coming back to wreak havoc on Babylon the Great. All right, and take the scepter out of this man's hand. All right. All right, this is one last scripture and close out. Jeremiah 50 and 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, all right? According to the violence that she's done, all right? To the house of Israel and to the rest of the world, man, according to all that she has done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Edom and against the Holy One of Israel, all right? Therefore her young men shall fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Edom. So he's going to take this place down, all right? He's going to break the sword out of this man's hand, all right? But until then, the question is, why are they doing it? Hey, that's their blessing, man. They're supposed to be doing that. All right, so I pray that you've been edified with this lesson, and with that, I would like to say shalom.